What is going on, y'all? The NCZ3 here, and that's right, guys. We want more! It's as simple as that, alright? So how are we going to go about doing this, right? I always try to make videos recommending how to do things, and IGG is literally infinitely more, and I should say IGG as a company, Lords Mobile, whoever runs the show, right? They are infinitely more likely to pay attention when you recommend stuff and not just cry and whine and curse and do all that stuff. Anyways, let's move on, alright? Number one, how about we restore the gift shop, right? You know, the ability to gift. You know, they kind of took it away and as a kind of a panic move, right? They said there's too many guys coming over here, to the labyrinth and winning the labyrinth and spending tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of gems and winning, and you know what they're doing? They're gifting those gems away, yada yada yada, and they're selling them for real cash, and that was a big problem. I noticed now, I checked this earlier today, and it had 1 million, and now it's up to 4 million, but normally that would be up to like 10 or 20 or 30 million gems or whatever the case may be, right? So it's kind of a bad issue, all right? It's kind of a bad issue. Things that they could easily fix this issue. For instance, only able to gift a certain amount of items per day or even per week. That would actually fix the issue right there. Boom, right? Require a certain amount of might, whether it's 30 million, 50 million, or whatever. I know a lot of you guys are going to say, well, if I buy it, I need to have it available immediately. Okay, Minnie Mouse, calm down, all right? That's one way to fix it too. Or, another way to fix it would be to restrict a 24-hour gifting ability. So, like, when you join a guild, if you join, like, OOC, right, it would require you to be in that guild for 24 hours before you can gift anything to anybody, right? And then maybe even a combination of all three would actually work out really well. Putting a restriction on the amount of items you can gift per day would really, 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 really fix that issue, to believe it or not. It would limit those sellers from, exploiting it too much, because they wouldn't be able to supply. There'd be too much supply and not enough. I mean, there'd be too much demand and not enough time to supply, is what I'm trying to say here. Or maybe, put a cap on the gems or whatever the case may be per your might, right? That would even work out wonder. That'd work out wonders. But anyways, let's continue more. It would be really nice. The next issue is, this one's kind of near and dear to me, right? It would be really, really nice to have gem packs, like, on a special, right? So maybe, because this one's been out forever, the Heroic Adventure, it would be really, really cool if they made this pack like a special gift, a special pack where it didn't cost you $5, it cost you, $2 and then $10 and then, 50 and then 75 or whatever the case is. You see what I'm saying? Some kind of a discount would be really, really great. I know they're not hurting for cash, because they make millions of dollars a day, but it would be really, really nice just to come through here and say, okay, well, I love instant progress, but I can't really afford it so much, even though they added these extra cool packs inside of it, because, I can't afford the $5 and the $20, yada, yada, yada. But I've been playing the game for a long time. Or maybe even have that, like, as a veteran, players that have been playing the game for a while, maybe have access to those guys, maybe like at your 6-month mark or whatever the case may be. I just think it would be really, really, really cool if they had a pack a day or even a pack a week where it was a discounted pack, like a pack of the day or pack of the week, or maybe take a vote prior. That would be a good way for them also to get more business onto their Facebook page. Hey guys, vote for what pack is going to be our special, right? Boom. That's a win. That's a win and a win situation. Totally, 1,000,000%, all right? It would also be really nice, talking about packs, it would be really, really nice. This is like the number 3 right here. It would be super beyond nice, and I know I would be more inclined personally to probably buy more packs if they just came with relocators. A lot of guys that are non-spenders, that are non-aggressive, or that are basically moochers of guilds or whatever, right? The guys that don't want to engage into combat and the guys that don't spend, that absolutely has no weight whatsoever on them, right? But for those players that are constantly relocating, right? It's 1,500 gems and you only get 2,000 in a $5 pack. So it's roughly about $4 just to relocate to one designated spot. It would be a big business move. In fact, they would even make more money if they added relocators to packs, because players would be more inclined to relocate to start fights, right? Right? At least that makes more sense to me. Or even like, boosted up to the packs, right? A $5 pack gives you 1 relocator. No matter what pack you get 1 relocator. And then if you buy a $20 pack, you get 2 relocators. Whatever the case may be, I personally just feel that it's kind of a scam. Not really a scam, but it's kind of like saying the cake is the truth. The cake's a lie! All right? It is totally a lie. All right, guys? Just trust me on this one, right? The cake's a lie. It just really, really sucks to have to go in here and spend literally, 1,500 gems. And I'll get into these other items here in a second, but it sucks so much to spend 1,500 gems right here on 1 relocator. Literally, you're essentially, if you're a warring person and you like to make war, if you're not in a big guild that spends a lot, or maybe they do spend a lot, but maybe you guys war a lot, bro, it's like $4 just to come over here to your world map and say, okay, they need my support over here. Let me go here and boom, hit that relocate button. That's $4 you just spent right there. Whether it was in your gift shop or my bad, in your guild gifts, or maybe you went in here and you spent your guild coins, which I'll get into a second, okay? Maybe you spent your guild coins, you said, quit crying, bitch! Quit crying, bitch! We get relocators through guild coins, bitch! That's nice. Maybe you don't war enough, right? Because anybody I know of that wars a lot, they simply have to spend gems to relocate. It's just the way it works, all right? Let's see here. I've got a list kind of made down here. Oh, big one right here. It would be beyond nice, literally beyond nice, to come out here and pick a monster, if like this one right here. And you see this little guy right here, the Queen Venom? That's the ultra rare for the Queen Bee right here. But good luck getting any items that require you to have that ultra rare. I guess what I'm trying to say here is that the drop rate is beyond atrocious. It is beyond atrocious to get those ultra rares unless you're buying the packs. I know other IGG games allow free-to-play players to get to the very top, the very, very, very max level of gameplay, as long as they put time and dedication into it. Meaning, games like Castle Clash, those free-to-play players are starting to bleep up on the radar as more top-end accounts. Now, granted, they're not going to have, full 5 Revite teams and all that stuff, but they're able to get all the heroes, level them all up, like, throughout the level. They're able to level them all the way up, double evolve them, and do all kinds of crazy... I'm sorry, Mike, I didn't mean to hit you. They're able to do all kinds of crazy things because the IGG allows them to. But in Lords Mobile, you simply, to get an item like this guy right here, this hat, the ancient hat, even though it's not all that great, just to get it, you need ultra rares, bro. Look at this. You need 4 of these bad boys. And the higher the grade goes up, it's significantly harder. I think somebody did the math to be like 2,000 and some change, like, commons just to equal out 1 ultra rare. Whenever you're trying to build an item that requires so many ultra rares. It's a lot, is what I'm trying to say here. And when you only get like maybe 1 or 2 per cycle, like when a new monster comes out, they're out for like a couple of weeks, right? To a month, right? It is so unbelievable. I still have not gotten a glistening pearl yet from these guys. I just haven't. And I have hunted religiously against these guys, literally, and I have gotten nothing. Nothing. And day in and day out, since this monster's been released, I have been hunting it just to try to get some of these glistening pearls. Now, it's nice that they have an uncommon drop, right? The Drowned Echoes. That's for a different story, right? I think those should be improved just a slight bit amount, but these ultra rares should definitely be increased by a lot. And I'm letting you guys know, if at any point you guys agree with anything I'm saying, smack that like button. I know if the videos get enough likes, IGG, they watch the channels and they say, let's promote that video. It obviously has a ton of likes. Let's go ahead and promote that. So all I'm saying is share the video out. I know we're like, 9 minutes into the video already? Just share it, all right? I'm not hurting on views, by the way. I'm just saying share it, because the more people that see it and the more people that agree, the more likely changes are to be made. All right, so that's kind of my not exactly a rant on that, but it's kind of a rant on these ultra rares, because it's a joke. There's no way in one person's lifespan that they could ever get something like a Frostwing Sword to gold. It's physically impossible unless they have so much luck where they're, Guildfest, they get these Frostwing chests and then they boom, they get all the ultra rares. Every Frostwing chest they open up is one ultra rare, right? And they open up 5. Or 6, my bad. They open up 6. They got 6 ultra. I'm just saying. You would need something crazy like that to happen for you to get what you want, right? That's all I'm saying. You're like, whoa, you saying all that with all the gear there? Yeah, I also purchased all that gear too with cash. So let's get over that, right? The next 2 I'm going to talk about really kind of plaguing me just a wee little bit, right? First one is guild coins to gem ratio. This one kills me every single time because a random relocator costs 60,000 guild coins and an actual relocator costs 270. You're like, what's the big deal? Well, let's just check this out, right, fam? A random relocator and gem cost is 500 gems, which is equal to 60,000 guild coins. That's actually 1 gem equaling 120 guild coins. If you do the math, 1 gem equals 120 guild coins. You're like, well, okay, that's not so bad. I agree with you. That's not so bad, all right? But then when you go to the relocators, 1 gem is equal to 180, and you're like, well, it's only 60. What's the big deal? No. That's 60 times 1,500, right? Or something like that. Anyways, what I'm trying to say here, you're like, well, you lost all your momentum. Quiet! What I'm trying to say here is that over time, spending all your guild coins, because you'll make millions of guild coins over your time playing this game, right? Millions and millions and millions of guild coins go through your account, especially if you're buying relocators or talent resets, or like me, you're buying these jeweled, delicious jeweled chest boxes right here, like I'm about to buy right now. You kind of, and you're like, well, why bitch? It's a freebie. Why bitch? It's a freebie. Well, I'm not really bitching. I'm just asking for there to be a set standard, right? Because when you count 20 million guild coins, man, a mixture of that, you're not getting a fair deal under any circumstances. It's not fair. I understand IGG is free to make their minds up of whatever they want to do, but that's all I'm trying to say, fam, is that it would be really, really nice to have some sort of standard, just something standard there where 1 guild coin is equal to, let's say, even 140 guild coins, right? I mean, 1 gem is equal to 140 guild coins. I am okay with that. But I promise you guys, if you do the math, it's just going to be awkward. It's just going to be awkward. And the last thing I want to talk about here, guys, and I know I lost probably the majority of you guys' interest, is having too much stuff. Like, cabinet is fully expanded. Why the fuck am I still getting them then? I have 78, and my guild gifts are getting used up by this shit. So instead of getting a potential resource, which, mind you, I would gladly take a low-level resource like 3,000 right here, which I'll use right now, by the way. Don't do this at home, ladies and gentlemen. But I would use this, right? I would use this any day of the week that ends with Y, because it's at least useful. I cannot use these. Look at this. I cannot use these, not even if I tried to. And there's no way to sell them or to gift them over to other players. There's nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing there. Literally. Like, it's the same thing. Bookmarks are full. Oh no. Oh no, Raggy! Right? War tombs are the same situation. Same thing with crystal pickaxes for a lot of players. A lot of players have thousands of these just collecting in their inventories. Now, granted, I do know eventually this is going to take a level increase, right? You're going to have, a gem load level 10. You're going to have an academy level 30, yada, yada, yada. All that good stuff, right? I get it. So eventually you'll need them. But I'm saying, for the dumb shit, right? Like war tombs and crystal pickaxes, come on, bros. Like, come on. Allow me to gift them to other players or sell them even for gold. Like, I know 99% of the people will agree with me on this one, right? I would be glad to sell these items I cannot physically use anymore, like these guys right here, for gold. Or just a random resource or something, right? Or even give the ability to transfer these war tombs, these 2,000 war tombs, because I'll never use them on my trap account. I have 2,000 I'll never use. gift those 2,000 to a player who can use them for a gem cost. I would gladly pay gems to gift that to another player, right? Somebody who can actually use them. I get it. They got to make their money somehow with the T4, but I'm just saying, fam, it really sucks badly to be stuck with all this stuff you cannot simply use, and they're adding more and more stuff, right? They're not doing anything with shit you can't use. They're just adding more stuff, like the Title Titan. Like, it's a good set, okay? Like, Bon Appetit, bro, they're adding gear, but they're not adding any content, and they're not doing anything with the stuff you already got. So that's all I'm trying to say, fam. If you guys agree with me at any point in this video, smack that like button, share it with all your friends, and I'm telling you guys, the more people that get viewed on this, the more likes and all that stuff, the more likely IGG is actually going to make a few of these changes, maybe even one, or even implement a sort of idea, right? That's all it is. It's up for interpretation, and that's all we can hope for. But on that note, though, guys, John, what I'm talking about, though, love, peace, and chicken grease. Be safe. There is also a petition in the description that you guys should check out as well, okay? And yeah, stay classy. I'm not looking away if you're not. I'm not looking away if you're not. I can still see you. You come out of the peripherals.